So when you look at a case like Erika's, you know, what's your opinion legally?
Would it matter whether he was using it for recreational purposes?
That's a great question.
Or medicinal purposes?
No distinction in the law in Colorado. They say regardless, whether or not you used it with a prescription or you did it recreationally, if it's in your system and you get injured or God forbid you pass away at work, your benefits legally can be cut up to 50%. And so it is a huge dilemma in the state of Colorado, and we're gonna see this going on in other states as we see more legalization of this drug. So I think the courts, the legislature, we need to get involved, figure out how we can reconcile these laws that are pretty inconsistent.
And I would assume that most people wouldn't be aware of that. Did you know about that stipulation prior to his death?
I didn't know about that stipulation prior to his death. And the one thing about it is with this law, is it doesn't even matter if he got pulled in by the machine. That doesn't matter. The OSHA violations that the company got that showed that they had 17 violations, all this stuff that points to other things doesn't even matter. They're just sticking by the law. They say, well, the law says we can take it away, so we're going to take it away. And there are other things, other legal documents, such as the OSHA report, that claim that kind of prove that his marijuana had nothing to do with it.
I think this is going to have to play out in court, right?
Yeah, she's going to have to go through the appellate process. I'm glad she's doing that. Unfortunately, it's going to be an uphill battle because of the law, but she mentioned the OSHA violations, and that is critical in this case because I've read the OSHA report, you guys. There were numerous safety violations that the government found in this particular workplace, and so to the extent she can prove that her husband's injuries, his death, was caused by the negligence of this ski resort and not due to any intoxication, she might have a good case in a civil court, not in the workers' compensation context, which is the court that she's in now. So we're talking about a civil lawsuit against the company, and those OSHA violations were pretty serious.
But for people at home, do you think, especially since marijuana is becoming legalized in more states, it's a good idea to closely review any documents before signing, or in some instances, maybe even have an attorney look at it so that you can know about potential stipulations like this or perhaps others?
Right. Well, I think it's safe to say if you live in a state like Colorado that has this workers' comp law and you use marijuana, whether it's for medicine purposes or recreationally, and you get injured at work or you, God forbid, pass away at work, you stand to lose half of your benefits.
So this is standard.
This is standard in this particular state. Yeah.
And there are also, look, there are rules that maybe your company you work with, you have to read all the fine print, because just because something has been legalized in one state and you go to Colorado or you go to any of the other states where it's legal, and then you come home and go to work and they say, hey, we're going to drug test you.
Right. And
it's in your system. There are a lot of things to think about here as we walk down this windy road of marijuana legalization. But
guess what? Under federal law, don't forget, it is still a crime.
Yeah.
Marijuana is not legal under federal law, and that always trumps state law. So that's another issue that these states are going to have to face moving forward.
Well, I do not want to lose sight of the fact, Erika, that you lost your husband in all this, and we're just really, really so sorry for that. We do hope that you get properly compensated, and we wish you nothing but the best for you moving forward. And I guess time will tell, but keep us posted, please.
Okay. Thank you.